With SummerSlam 2025 literally being tomorrow, it's better late than never that I finally post my SummerSlam predictions. I'm trying something a little bit different. I usually just sit at my desk and, put the little picture on the side. So let me know what you think. Give me feedback on this because you help me out. And I'm not a bitch. You can say it sucks. I don't care. Just give me some feedback if you like this style versus me sitting at my desk and doing it differently. So for night one, we're starting off with Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. And honestly, I am very much over Tiffany Stratton as WWE Women's Champion. It's just been a weird, failed experiment. But how much of a failure is it when you can just blame booking? Because that's what everybody likes to do. This title reign was exciting when she first won, but now it's like way overdone. I am over this whole thing. It's time to just give Jade Cargill a chance. They clearly want that. And they've been building up Jade Cargill this whole year. And I think they finally crowned her as champion. Is it going to be good? Who knows? So my original prediction over a month ago was Jade Cargill would win and then Naomi would cash in. Clearly that's not going to happen. So I think Jade Cargill is just going to straight up win and become the new women's champion. Next is Judgment Day's Raquel and Roxanne versus a weird tag team in Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. And I think it's time that we finally move on from the Judgment Day holding the freaking women's tag team championships hostage because they've had them for so long. It's time for something new, and I feel like WWE is ready to crown Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair as the tag team champions because I feel like those two, just with the history and the legacy that they have in WWE, could really put a stamp on the importance of the titles. I always like that dynamic of when they don't really like each other, but they are champions, so they kind of have to coexist. It'll make for an interesting story, and then I guess down the line, maybe we'll get Alexa Bliss versus Charlotte Flair. Who knows? But I'm picking Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss here. Next is a match I hated when they announced it, and that is Randy Orton and Jelly Roll versus Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre. And I hated it because it's just, you have Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton working this match of all things. It's like two main event guys that could be doing anything else. They're in a match with Jelly Roll and Logan Paul. I hated it at first. Seeing the commitment that Jelly Roll has given to WWE, the commitment he has done to weight loss just for this match, he's lost well over 100 pounds, which is crazy. And just his love and passion for it. You can clearly see the passion that he has, and he's really excited about this match. He's not just some random celebrity that doesn't give a shit. He's just there for a paycheck and to hopefully get some publicity. No. He is legitimately putting in the work, and that alone has made me excited for this match. I hated it when they announced it, but seeing the work he's put in, I have nothing but respect for him, and the fact that he's able to go out there and live a dream that many of us would kill for, I can't hate on it. I just can't. On top of everything else, Randy Orton seems to be really enjoying this whole thing, working with Jelly Roll and just enjoying this time.
I've never seen somebody work so hard to get into our ring, to step into our world. You, sir, have gone above and beyond any expectations we had for you. Everybody is so proud of you, and I can't wait for SummerSlam. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna tear it up.
And even Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre, they kind of seem like at least they're cool together. Drew McIntyre was on Logan Paul's podcast, and it seems like they have at least some decent chemistry.
I guess we're officially tag team partners.
We're a thing now.
Yeah.
We need a name.
We're an
catchy
item.
name. What I like is like something like Rage Bait because of all the crap we put online and just drive everybody crazy.
It just seems like all parties involved are totally okay with this. That's just the vibe I'm getting. I would absolutely love for Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre to win here just because of Drew McIntyre. Like, I'm tired of seeing him lose. If he does lose, I hope this is his last loss. I can't deal. I'm going to take Jelly Roll and Randy Orton because I don't think that they're going to make Jelly Roll lose his possibly only match ever. It would be great. I would love that, but I'm taking Randy Orton and Jelly Roll here. Wouldn't be mad if somehow Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul won this match. I would support it 100%. Next is my boy Karrion Kross versus Sami Zayn, and it seems like it's kind of like an I Quit match, but kind of not really. If Karrion Kross wins, Sami Zayn has to say that Karrion Kross was right and told the truth. If Karrion Kross loses, he has to say that he was wrong. So it's kind of like an I Quit match, but like not really. I'm excited for this match. There are some people that aren't. I'm a huge Karrion Kross fan, and I really enjoy his work. I enjoy his character work, and he's one of the few guys right now that when he cuts a promo, whether it's backstage or in the ring or whatever, it's convincing. And that's something to me that I really like. People are like, oh, he can't wrestle. You don't need to be a great wrestler to tell a good story. And I'm excited for this. I like Sami Zayn. I'm just tired of this whole underdog thing. They're building this for him to lead into the Royal Rumble and all of that, which I can totally see. So unfortunately, I'm taking Karrion Kross to lose here. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think they re-signed him yet, so I'm not sure. But I feel like this is an absolute legacy game for Karrion Kross. He has to put on a good show because going forward will all depend on this match and if it delivers. And if it does, we are in good waters. If not, I don't know. Hoping that this leads to Karrion Kross saying he was wrong. Maybe he goes away for a little bit and then comes back. Maybe they re-sign him and they use him as Killer Kross, which I would much rather prefer. I'm taking Sami Zayn here, unfortunately. Next is Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. I don't think this is that complicated of a match, if I'm being really honest with you. I don't see a world where Breaker and Bronson Reed win because of Roman Reigns. I just don't see it happening, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I don't even really need to explain why. Roman Reigns is in the match, and Big Bronson Reed is going to take the pin. I feel like that's the only way this works. Maybe down the line you get Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns at something, which is totally cool. I just don't see Roman Reigns losing this match. I just don't. Same thing with kind of Jey Uso, but let's be real here. The reason they're going to win this match is because of Roman Reigns, and that's my pick for that. Now, this is one of the more wonky and unpredictable matches on this entire card, which is why I think this match should main event, but I don't think it's going to, is CM Punk versus Gunther. Because both make sense as to who should win the match. Gunther should win because just a huge win against CM Punk, of all people, would be big for him and big for his title reign because he hasn't had that, like, big win yet against an opponent, at least I'm trying to think. Because you had Damian Priest and Jey Uso and Goldberg. Like, those are his big wins. Getting a win over CM Punk would be big for him. It'd be awesome. But at the same time, you could finally crown CM Punk as World Heavyweight Champion once again in 2025, which would be freaking awesome. On top of everything else, there's still the Money in the Bank briefcase, which I feel like they are kind of teasing. With this whole thing with Seth Rollins, I think Seth Rollins is injured. I've been arguing with people all over TikTok about it because people are saying I've been worked. I don't believe it. I truly think that Seth Rollins is hurt, but I feel like they might still use this briefcase. Maybe they use it on Braun Breaker. Maybe they can make an argument like, oh, well, Seth won, but he's part of this group, so he passed on the Money in the Bank briefcase to Braun Breaker, who he feels is next up. And for the people that think that Seth Rollins isn't hurt, this is all a plan. They planned this injury from Saturday Night's Main Event from day one. Please explain to me how any of that would make sense. For the simple reason that the only one that would get fucked in this whole thing is LA Knight. Because as of right now, LA Knight is not on the card. I don't think he's going to show up because of the Seth Rollins injury. There is no way you can convince me, whether Triple H likes LA Knight or not. There's absolutely no way they would screw him over just like that, where they fake an injury and then LA Knight just gets screwed over and has nothing to do for SummerSlam to the point where he's not on the card. One of your biggest baby faces in the entire company. You cannot convince me otherwise. Because if Seth Rollins is not hurt, then they completely fucked over LA Knight, which would be insane. I would walk out. Like, I'm not even joking. I would legitimately walk out. And there were rumors that Seth Rollins was supposed to beat LA Knight at Saturday Night's Main Event, and then they were going to have another match at SummerSlam where LA Knight was going to get a huge win. I don't think Seth Rollins is faking an injury. I think he's 100% hurt. They've seen him on crutches. You've seen him walking around, hobbling around. Seth Rollins had a history of knee injuries. There's just no way that Seth Rollins is faking an injury. I refuse to believe it. If he is faking it, I really don't know. You will see a very, very colorful rant video from me if that's the case, because I have way bigger problems if this whole thing was a work. So I don't know what they're going to do, but something fucky is going to happen, whether it's night one or night two. Something's going to happen. They've put little crumbs and sprinkles here and there of just teases of, is Seth Rollins hurt? Like, nobody knows. They haven't released a statement about his injury or anything like that. So we don't actually know. If he hobbles out there and he uses, Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker and all that stuff to make sure CM Punk doesn't win, I could get behind that. But he is hurt. So I don't know. I'm going to take CM Punk here, though. Just on the chance of CM Punk making history once again would be pretty freaking awesome. So I'm going to take CM Punk here. And before we get into night two, if you enjoy this type of content, leave a like and subscribe. Just let me know if you're liking the green screen style. I'm trying to figure out where I can use this and it makes sense. I don't want to do it for tier lists and stuff like that. And speaking of tier lists, if you want to check out, I have 2 SummerSlam tier lists. I just posted a theme song one and a logo one, and I will be doing a stage one after SummerSlam. So check those out. Let's continue the video. And to begin with night 2, we start off with the match that is probably the most deserved in the entire company, and that is the 6-pack challenge TLC match, ladder match for the tag titles. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Who cares? We're getting a TLC match with 6 tag teams from the SmackDown division who has been crushing it since day one. They deserved a ladder match at WrestleMania. They got screwed over and had the ladder match after WrestleMania. And it's been one of the best matches of the entire year. They deserve this so much because it's been earned. It's long overdue. And I think they deserve 25 minutes to just tear the freaking house down. I feel like this is probably going to be match of the entire weekend because every team has something to prove, not only for themselves, but for the entire division of all the tag teams. Like, to show, like, tag team wrestling does matter. But truly, I don't think it matters who wins the match. I think it's more important that the tag teams go out there and they absolutely just freaking crush it. But for just the video's sake, I'm going to take a dark horse here. I'm going to take Rey Fenix and Andrade just because I actually do like them together. They're kind of a newer tag team in the whole grand scheme of things. And what better way than to just have them win at SummerSlam? I think it'd be pretty cool. If they don't win, I'm not surprised, but I don't really care who wins. They just need to just tear the house down. Give them 20 minutes, give them 30 minutes, complete chaos, car crashes, everything. Just give it to me. Give me what I want. And next is one of my favorite feuds going into SummerSlam, which is Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles. I've enjoyed this feud. It's really funny. It's really goofy, but it's one of the more enjoyable feuds that's actually been built up for SummerSlam. And honestly, this is another match. I'm not 100% sure who's going to win. I think they did a good job this year in terms of making it not as predictable as it could be. I think they've done a good job at least building some of these matches. I don't think there's been enough build for most of these matches, but there's certain ones that I think are working, and this is one of them. It's been hilarious. And just AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio, I feel like are two guys that are going to mesh well in the ring together. I was originally on Dirty Dom retaining here, but with him invading AAA and being involved in that, I could totally see them giving AJ Styles the Intercontinental title and then making Dirty Dom the face of AAA. And that's not my analysis. I saw an update where there were rumors of WWE planning on making Dirty Dom the face of AAA, which I think would be pretty cool. But I could also see him being double champ, which I think would be awesome. But having two titles to carry around and then trying to work in Mexico and then work in WWE would just be problematic. They're already not using him and defending his title. So I'm going to take AJ Styles here just on the fact that Dirty Dom hasn't really been defending his championship. Why even waste it again if you're just going to send him to Mexico to take over that? Because I think that's fantastic. Give it to AJ Styles. Give him one last run before he retires and just see what you could do. I think it'd be fun. I'm going to take AJ Styles here. Next is Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu in a steel cage match for the United States Championship. I think this is going to be a really fun match. And I love that we are getting in night 2 almost like an Attitude Era type card where there's almost a stipulation for everything, which I think is fun. That's what living in the Attitude Era was like. There was just nonstop, no DQs, no nothing, just fucking chaos. I like it. It's kind of giving me those vibes, and it's making me feel all tingly inside. I'm not going to put too much thought into this. I think Solo should retain here, but because it's SummerSlam, one of the bigger shows of the entire year, they're going to use Jacob Fatu and have him win here just to give him a big moment. But I feel like they could just play hot potato with this title just for, the future, and I'm totally fine with that. I enjoy the both of them. I actually like their story. Kind of wish they executed just a little bit better and kind of held off until SummerSlam to have the first match, but I have no problem with it. I'm going to take Jacob Fatu here. Who knows what's going to happen next? I'm sure that this is not over. Next is one of the few stories that they've actually took months to build to this moment, and that's Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria. This has been one of my favorite feuds for the entire year so far. I don't know if Bayley's going to be in this mix. I'm going to assume not, but we're doing a no disqualification, right? Falls count anywhere. Is that what it is? With the no disqualification falls count anywhere match, I don't know if Bayley's going to be involved or not. I'm going to take Lyra Valkyria here just off the fact that there is a stipulation that if Becky does beat Lyra, Lyra cannot challenge for the IC title until Becky Lynch is not champion anymore. What I think could possibly happen, I'm just throwing shit at the wall, is Bayley could cost Lyra the championship and then Bayley becomes IC champion and then we have another program with Lyra chasing the title again, but that kind of defeats the purpose of this whole build to SummerSlam. So I'm taking Lyra Valkyria here. Next is the women's triple threat for the World Championship, and I'm really excited for this match because this is a match that could have easily main evented night 1, but it's probably going to open the show for night 2, which I'm all for because they're going to absolutely, again, tear their house down. The women have crushed it this entire year. This is no kiss ass, no nothing. They are murdering the matches this year. They really are. But considering Naomi just cashed in and won the World Championship, 2 weeks ago, I don't think there's any chance that she loses this match. I think Naomi should pin Rhea Ripley. I just think that Io Sky should be a little bit more protected and Rhea should take the pin because I feel like at this moment in time, Rhea is such a beast that she can afford to take a pin and it's really not that big of a deal. I feel like it would hurt Io Sky a lot more. So I'm taking Naomi here. She's going to pin Rhea Ripley to retain her championship going forward. And then we get Naomi versus Stephanie Vaquer at Clash in Paris. Give me that. And last but certainly not least is a match I have gone back and forth so many times because of conflicting reports of just so many things. I thought very clearly Cody Rhodes was going to beat John Cena at SummerSlam. And then I saw that they announced that he was going to be in the movie Street Fighter. So I imagine Cody Rhodes is going to go away just for a little bit, even if it's for a month. In that time, what would you do with the championship? What's the point of having Cody win and then him go away pulling a Roman Reigns? I just don't think that's a good idea when John Cena is still there and scheduled to be at all these places. So I'm actually going to take John Cena here. There's something fucky is going to happen. We all know that's going to happen. It's not just going to be John Cena versus Cody Rhodes in a street fight. Something's going down. I don't know who. I don't know who's returning. Maybe it's The Rock. I don't know. I don't see that, even though it would make a shit ton of sense. Travis Scott obviously isn't going to be there because he's a dickhead. So no Travis Scott. It kind of has to be The Rock for this story to even make sense anymore because Travis Scott fucked it off and just doesn't care anymore. So Travis Scott's out. The only other person is The Rock. Am I predicting The Rock returning? I don't know. Honestly, I really don't know. But something is going to happen in this match. I'm going to take John Cena here. And that was not my initial pick. But leading up to this, and then just with the whole reports of Cody doing the movie, why not have John Cena win and just keep going? This is my personal take on the whole John Cena thing as of right now. I didn't really enjoy it in the beginning. It's starting to finally get somewhat interesting. If he wins here, you could keep this going up until his final match. And this is my opinion. John Cena should lose in his final match in December as a bad guy and just walk out. And then he could have his real final match at WrestleMania 42. I just don't see a world where John Cena should have his last match in December. It should be at WrestleMania. That's my opinion, where John Cena wins and can just go off. I know he's supposed to lay out on his back, and that's how everybody retires, but I would have John Cena lose as a bad guy and walk out as a bad guy just to be like, damn, that's it. And then he can come back later and be like, I fucked up or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a booker. I don't write things. So just a quick thought process. But I'm taking John Cena here to retain the WWE Championship, which would make Cody Rhodes 0-2 against John Cena, which I don't know. It's going to be really unpredictable. But let me know what you feel about the green screen. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I'm just trying to see where I can fit it into my videos that I do. I don't want to do it all the time, but, a change up is always nice. Maybe I do this just for predictions. Let me know down below if you like it, if you don't like it, because then if you don't like it, then I just won't do it. So thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next one. SummerSlam is here. Goodbye.